A forest is a large area of land covered with trees. Forests cover about 9.4% of Earth's entire land and ocean surface, and about 30% of total land area. The main residents of forests are trees, but forests are home to many other forms of life, like shrubs, wildflowers, wildlife, birds, snakes, butterflies, insects, ferns, moss, fungi, reptiles, and much more. Forests provide many products that humans use daily, like lumber, paper, and ingredients for medicines, and many forms of recreation, like hiking, fishing, camping, and even skiing. There are three zones forests reside in: boreal, temperate, and tropical. Tropical forests are in the tropical regions, north and south of the equator, between the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn. They are mainly the rainforest the world hears so much about. The temperate forests reside in temperate areas, extending from the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn to about 50 degrees north and south of the equator. Boreal forests reside in the cold climate between 50 and 70 degrees north of the equator, which basically is north of London, England, or Vancouver, Canada. There are about 100,000 species of trees, which means you can visit forests all over the world and have many different experiences. Boreal forests have pines, firs, maple, birch, oak, elm, and cedar. Temperate regions have hardwood trees like maple, birch, beech, oak, and hickory. Tropical rainforests are the most diverse forests, with more kinds of trees than anywhere else. Each 2.5 acres can have 100 to 300 species of trees. Tropical trees include palm, rubber, teak, and mangrove trees. Forests are so important, governments have departments to manage and regulate them. The United States Forest Service was established in 1905. Its mission is to sustain the health, diversity, and productivity of the nation's forests and grasslands to meet the needs of present and future generations. Its main services are resource extraction, resource protection, and providing recreation. Today, the Forest Service manages 193 million acres, which has about 143,000 miles of trails and 375,000 miles of roads, and harvests 1.5 billion trees a year, and has 14,000 recreation sites for hiking, fishing, camping, and skiing. Forests provide us many benefits. They help regulate climate, clean the air, produce oxygen and raw materials that become big business. The products manufactured from forest harvests account for about 5% of the United States manufacturing gross domestic product. Companies in the industry produce about $175 billion worth of products yearly and employs about 900,000 people. Forests also generate income when people get back to nature by camping at a Forest Service campground or vacationing at one of the dozens of ski areas and resorts who operate in national forests. Forests are home to many forms of animals and wildlife. With all the different climates forests reside in, there is a lot of different wildlife who calls the forest home. Bears are the big animal in northern regions, but that could be a cougar in the rainforest or an elephant in African forests. Then there are smaller animals like squirrels and chipmunks. Then there are birds like eagles and robins in the north, and colorful toucans and parrots in the rainforest, plus smaller airborne creatures like flocks of butterflies. The United Nations General Assembly named 2011 the International Year of Forests. Its objective is to raise awareness on sustainable management, conservation, and sustainable development of all types of forests. The U.S. Forest Service is on board, hosting and coordinating many activities to celebrate forests. Then, we need individuals on board, respecting our forests, taking care of them when you visit them, and buying only sustainable products that come from them, because forests are our friends.